Yeah. Hello. How's everybody doing today? I personally am doing pretty all right. It's been this week has both been short and long, which is like interesting. It's like moved very quickly, but each day has been very full, which is like I think I prefer that kind of week. Like each day, I feel like I have had the correct amount or like an adequate amount of time in each day, but the week itself has gone by with like the appropriate amount of speed. I don't feel like it was too short. Don't feel like it was too long. I'm actually pretty happy with that. Where? How do I manage this? Here we go. Just gonna roll over. Final hit Control C since you copy paste. Yeah. How are y'all doing today? How are we feeling? Hope we're all feeling good. Tired? I can imagine that. Yeah, like I said, I'm doing pretty okay. Um, yeah, dang, I completely forgot that was a thing. Wait, do I have a set amount of moderators set? Hold on. What? No. Okay, that was weird. I was like so confused for a second. Thought I had a number. Yeah, no. That's good news. We love good news here. Good news is awesome. Um, yeah, today we are going to be playing some Slay the Princess. This will be another like hour, maybe hour and a half long stream. Pretty short. I guess comparatively short, but like I think an hour to 2 hours is like a good amount of stream. I'm pretty comfortable with that. So we're gonna see like how it feels. It also uh makes it a lot easier for me to go back through and do things when I have time to do that, which is not often. I do not normally have the time that I would like for that. Here I'll crank that up a tiny bit. But yeah, Slay the Princess. For those of you who do not remember, is we played the demo for it, months and months ago. Um, you go down. Yeah, it's a very cool horror visual novel with a lot of emphasis on like choice and branching story paths. It's super cool. Because you never replied. Oh my gosh, you did. Um, I definitely saw that, and definitely in my head was like, I am going to reply, and then I didn't, and I was like, I'm going to reply, and how long has it been? 2 days. I'm so sorry. I completely forgot that I did not respond. Um, jeez. Dang. Yeah, I feel very bad about that. I'll make sure to respond to that afterwards. Ooh, tiny. But yeah. Before we discover anything else that I've forgotten, um, let me just. Oh, 1, 2, 3. At it? Yeah, there we go. With how I have things set up, I can't see the bottom half of my important monitor or my my managing monitor. But I actually think I like how this is. Yeah, I know you're just teasing. I feel bad purely because I feel bad, not because you're making me feel. Um, yeah. If you guys remember, this game's demo was very interesting. Very excited to see what else we've got here. Um, yeah, this is right up my alley. It's scary, which maybe not that, but it has like such a cool story and like a cool concept. I don't know if you can see the. I don't think you can see the cursor, but the cursor also looks really cool, like a little like claw hand. You'll see the claw hand in the game. All right, I'm going to stop talking, take a sip of water, and click continue. Oh, didn't work. Okay. Maybe I should talk a little more, shall we? Whatever horrors you may find in these dark spaces, have heart and see them through. There are no premature endings. There are no wrong decisions. There are only fresh perspectives and new beginnings. This is a love story. And there we go. Chapter 1: The Hero and the Princess.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Have you considered that maybe the only reason she's going to end the world is because she's locked up?
While I appreciate the mental exercise, we are running up against a bit of a ticking clock. Nevertheless, let me assure you, the princess is locked up because she's dangerous. She is not dangerous because she's locked up. And before you decide to waste even more of our time by asking how I know that, let me suggest a more pragmatic lens through which to view this situation. Causality doesn't matter here, because the end result is the same no matter what led us up to this point. If the princess leaves the cabin, the world will end, and there is no changing that. It's no use arguing semantics over a metaphorical chicken or egg, because the egg is hatched and it's about to ruin everything. Unless, of course, you do your job and slay her.
Can't someone else do this?
Unfortunately, you're the only one who can pull this off. I don't make the rules. I wish I did, but I don't.
Killing a princess seems kind of bad, though, doesn't it?
Does it? Are you a monarchist? Is slaying a princess that much worse than slaying a fisherman or a miller or a seamstress? If anything, slaying a princess is much better than slaying a seamstress. Seamstresses contribute something of value to society.
Breaking character for a second. Actually, no. We can move past that.
I'm talking about the end of everything as we know it. No more birds, no more trees, and perhaps most problematically of all, no more people. You have to put an end to her.
You don't tell me why she's dangerous. I'm not going to kill her.
She's not dangerous. She's just a princess. The danger comes if she gets out, which she will unless you do something about it.
Okay. What happens if she gets out, then? I want specifics.
The more specifics you have, the harder it will be for you to do this very important job. She's a princess. People will listen to her, because listening to her is in their nature. And when they do, everything will come crashing down.
Do you have... Oh, wait, hold on. Actually, we'll go with this. Look, I'll go to the cabin and I'll talk to her. If she's as bad as you say she is, then maybe I'll slay her. But I'm not committing to anything until I've had the chance to meet her face to face.
I guess we'll just have to see what happens. But a word of warning. If you go in prepared to hear her out, she could easily trap you in her web of lies. And the more you listen to her honeyed words, the harder it'll be to pull yourself out. Then each and every one of us is doomed. So sure, go, talk to her. See how that turns out for all of us.
I'm getting frustrated because I can see in the corner of my eye, my avatar, my little buddy over here, his facial expressions are not matching what is happening.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them. Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about. The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
Oh, really?
Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Oh, are you now? Why don't you come down and let me take a look at you?
Great job. You gave away the element of surprise. Good luck, hero.
Stop telling me what to do.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
Is that the same?
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
Focus on the task at hand.
You weren't kidding when you said you were here to kill me.
I haven't decided yet.
How about you drop the knife and the two of us just talk?
Look how reasonable she's being. We should just drop the blade and talk things out. Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster. But killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
This is true. Drop it.
The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an unceremonious clang.
Hands are quite still, actually.
Thank you.
You're quite welcome.
Against your better judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess face to face, unarmed. We'll be fine. I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her. Just make sure you don't forget about the blade on the floor. You're going to need it.
I love how the camera,
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
There's people out there who think you're going to end the world. What do you have to say about that? Actually, no. What's your name?
She hesitates before answering.
You can address me as your Royal Highness, or Her Majesty. Any honorific should do, really.
Note the lack of detail. You can't trust her.
That wasn't really anything. There's people out there who think you're going to end the world. What do you have to say about that?
Don't just tell her that.
Is that why they threw me down here? But I don't want to hurt anyone. I like the world, I think. I don't remember much about it, to be honest. I've been down here a long time.
Just how long has she been down here?
If I'm supposed to be capable of ending the world, then how did I wind up here, chained to a wall? Have they told you why I'm allegedly so dangerous?
No. And if I'm being honest, I'm more inclined to trust you than I am to trust them.
Sooner or later, you'll understand that I have your best interests at heart. Hopefully sooner.
How sweet. Now be a pal and help me get out of here, would you? We could figure out how to deal with them after I'm free.
I still have a few more questions.
Fine. What do you want to know?
How long have you been down here?
Too long.
Again, she offers no specifics. No matter how hard you try, you'll never get a straight answer out of her.
How would I get you out of here?
You can't. Don't bother.
I'm guessing you don't have the key then. I'm sure there's a key somewhere around here, and if there isn't... well, we can always put that knife to good use.
Her sharp eyes settle on the edge of the blade. She isn't suggesting what I think she's suggesting, right? She is. I'm sure of it.
Okay, we've talked enough.
Oh, have you decided what to do with me?
You know why you're here.
So, in this situation, all we know is that she's allegedly very dangerous. We've been given more answers, ironically, by the narrator than by the captive, which does not lead me to believe her. But there's still so much we don't know. However, well, if we are wrong and she is dangerous, then it's the world that will suffer. And if we're not wrong, and she isn't dangerous, well, I don't like that math. I don't know. I think we should listen to those who sent us here.
Doubt, unfortunately, clouds your thoughts as you attempt to run her through. A moment of distraction and hesitation is all she needed to sidestep your thrust and deliver a catastrophic blow to your jaw. It feels like you've been hit with a sledgehammer. You can feel bone grinding on bone where your jaw has been fractured. Holy shit, that hurts! Though she's unarmed, the shock of that first strike is enough to stagger you, putting you and the princess on somewhat equal footing.
Which, yeah, hurts.
Your blade slashes through the air again and again, and her fists connect with your body as many times or more, each impact as heavy as that first bone-crushing hit.
Dang, she's pretty
You
strong.
can still turn this around.
Finished the job. She was obviously more dangerous than we thought.
Stare at each other, both gasping for breath, equally exhausted. You probably won't make it out of here alive, but you can at least make sure that she won't make it out of here either.
An eye for an eye, princess.
Excuse me? Do you think this is what I wanted to happen? I have a duty to state the facts of the situation, and honestly, it's a miracle anyone is still standing right now. Can you not feel all those ruptured organs bouncing around in there?
That's a great
The
descriptor.
princess doesn't do our friend in herself. Internal bleeding is certain to finish the job. The two of you clash for the final time. You feel your ribs break as she delivers a heavy blow, but you push through the pain, falling forward and sinking your blade deep into the princess's heart.
Oh.
The two of you fall to the floor.
This was fun.
Really?
The princess gasps. her voice an unhealthy rasp as her lungs start to fill with blood.
You put up more of a fight than I thought you would. But I have to wonder, do you really think this is the end?
What? What do you mean?
But you don't have time to worry over such things. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Well, that was unfortunate. Well, I guess that's the end of the stream, everybody. Thank you all for... Oh. Truly.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
But I slew her.
I assure you that you didn't slay her and that she didn't kill you. People don't just spring back to life after dying, and the two of us are meeting for the very first time.
What's going on
If you
here?
remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. You know I can hear you, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me. That's fine. It doesn't matter if he can hear us. The only thing that matters is marching up to that cabin and winning. That's the spirit. There's no point in squabbling when the real threat is just up that.
Funnily enough, this is the same first run that I had when I played the demo.
Those are two very different questions, but fine. I'll indulge you if that's what it takes to get you moving. Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least a version of me.
Okay.
You died last time, which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me. We did our best with the information we were given, and we did kill her. And yet you still died, didn't you? So congratulations, you've been given another chance to actually do this right. And I believe your other question was something along the lines of, oh, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences.
I mean, did they?
What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. We killed the princess killed us, and now everyone's right back where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me.
I'm with him.
Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, that begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself, or were you instead transported to a different world entirely?
Okay, we're talking about some pretty heavy things now.
If you failed to slay the princess, what would have happened to everyone in the place you left? Ugh, enough with the talking. We've got a fight to win. Nothing else matters. I couldn't agree more. The cabin and your destined confrontation with the princess awaits.
Oh, I completely looked. I was like, wait, what's going on? It's so quiet. Proceed to the cabin.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. Lying and cheating doesn't sound like her at all. Not that it matters. It's not like she can lie or cheat in the middle of a fight.
This is true. Hold on. Give 1 second. I have to do something really fast. I have to answer a message. I also just noticed that, you asked me a question, Usagi. No, there were no technical difficulties. This stream will be free of them. I'm very excited actually to see what happens next, because before, during the demo, we only got to the like beginning of chapter 2 each time, and there was just like you could get to 10 different ones. Had to answer this. All right, cool. But yes, there were no technical difficulties before the stream, which delayed me by like 34 minutes, and there will be none moving forward.
Are you sure about that?
I mean, what is cheating in a fight?
The point of my warning wasn't to start an argument over what circumstances the princess is capable of lying in. It was to give you some broadly applicable advice. The princess will do and say whatever she thinks it will take to get her out of there. So don't trust her. Ever. Are we clear?
Crystal.
Crystal. Let's just get on with it already.
I kind of like the stubborn. He's fun. Proceed.
The cabin is tighter than its exterior would
suggest. Shoot, I forgot about this.
Its cold stone walls press in on you, as if trying to forcefully direct you towards your destination. The only furniture of note is a black iron altar with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
An altar?
See? Even the cabin has the right idea. Let's get moving. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Wait, why did my phone just stop charging? That was weird. Also, what about the mirror?
That's because there isn't a mirror. There's the altar, the blade sitting on the altar, and the door to the basement. There's nothing else in here.
Yeah.
There's definitely a mirror.
So the voices in my head see
There
it,
isn't.
but the narrator, who is also a voice in my
You've
head,
already
doesn't
wasted
see it.
so much time in the woods. Who even cares if there's a mirror?
Approaching the mirror.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here.
There's very much a mirror.
This really isn't funny.
Wipe it clean.
You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now.
I don't.
But it was there a second ago. And now it's gone, so all of us can stop arguing about it and get to fighting.
This whole cabin is different.
Maybe that's because you haven't actually been here. I hope this means you'll finally drop that ridiculous past life nonsense. You haven't died, and you certainly haven't been killed by the princess. So focus up. The world is depending on you.
Take the blade.
Take the blade from the altar. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
I suppose so.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a rough stone staircase, its walls pressing at your sides and tightening as you descend. The air seeping from below is heavy and oppressive, with an almost sulfuric odor to it. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her fierce voice carries up the stairs.
Oh?
Is that another challenger?
Another?
Finally. It's been ages since I've had a good fight.
This isn't what she sounded like last time. Her voice is a little deeper, almost threatening.
Almost.
Good. Sounds like my kind of princess. As much as I appreciate the enthusiasm, just make sure you don't let your bloodlust get to your head. You need to stay focused and keep your wits about you. Remember, you're here to slay the princess, not to have a good fight. As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view. A large shackle leading from her wrist to the basement wall.
Looks like she could rip those chains out of the wall without a second thought.
Oh, it's you again. I'd been hoping you'd find your way back here. Good to see that death doesn't stick for either of us.
Sorry, I am going to turn it off after this. I just needed to answer another message. This is bad stream etiquette. Don't be like me. I just had to deal with this. Cool. I'm just gonna hide that now. And pay attention.
And you brought your little knife, too. Yes.
I guess it's little compared to you. Also, she's just a full tiefling now, which is
I'm going
cool.
to have fun breaking you into little pieces.
You're scaring me. I'm not saying I'm not here to fight, but I think the two of us have a few things to unpack first. Like how we're both still alive.
What is there to unpack? I was dead and now I'm not, and the same goes for you. There. Unpacking done. Don't you get it? We've been given free rein to wail on each other. Forever.
Not exactly my idea of a good time
Couldn't
now.
have said it better myself. All right, fine. I believe you. What? What you said earlier in the woods, I believe you. I've already met the princess, and the princess has already met you. That's all the more reason to take this seriously. You don't know that whatever brought the two of you back to life isn't a fluke. And beyond that, do you know who doesn't remember anything that happened last time? Me. I don't remember.
I don't know who you are.
Are you okay?
I assume that he's not.
Of course I'm not okay. As far as we're all concerned, the fate of my world is still very much on the line. Not all of us have the luxury of jumping over to a parallel universe the second we die.
If that is indeed what is happening. Just because it bothers you, I'm going to take this even less seriously. Jeez. Yeah, you've got me. Everything you've said is pretty much true.
Know. You and the princess have been talking about it.
You don't have to be so snarky.
Well, he did it first. So you do remember me then?
Oh, I remember you all right. Best 3 minutes of my life. So, why don't we do it again?
See? She wants to fight us again. There's no reason for us to stand around talking.
Starting to agree with you. You look different.
You look exactly the same.
Well, I suppose it's what you want. Let's get her.
Finally ready to complete your destined task, you launch off the whetstone floor of the basement.
We're also gonna
and
die, by the
catapult
way.
yourself
I
headlong
have
towards the
zero
princess.
faith in us winning this fight.
Here we go. Let's make this count.
One knife strike straight to the kidneys, and then we just have to wait for what's the word? Atrophy to do the job.
Oh, we'll make it count.
Attrition.
Right. As you bridge the gap, Your blade slashes across the princess's chest, splitting skin and drawing a jagged line of bright red blood.
That was the wrong place to go for, but it's okay. You've got the backswing.
But she's unfazed by your onslaught. Her expression barely changes as her fist collides with your ribs, cracking them like twigs and driving you right back down
That
to the basement.
bone-crunching sound was very uncomfortable.
You hear her chains snap as you struggle to recover from the impact. She almost looks disappointed in us. Why is she disappointed in us?
Because we died to one punch?
Oh, you don't actually get it, do you? That knife may be sharp, but you clearly don't want to kill me. It's not fun if you hesitate. It's not fun if you try to trick me and make me bleed out. It's only fun if you go straight for the heart. You need to put everything you have into seeing me dead. Or what's the point? So don't be afraid. Don't hesitate. Kill me.
Fine.
Don't let her get in your head. Reincarnation or not, this world needs you to win.
Very well then.
She's huge, but that probably means she's slower than us. Take it slow, think it through, and don't panic. Bleeding her out is our best course of action. Don't listen to them. She understands something that they don't. The only way to win, the only way out of this is through her.
Starting to agree with you. Strike at her head on.
That's your plan, then. That's your plan. You push off the ground, ignoring the pain in your ribs as you charge at the princess once more.
Alright, this is how we do this. We gotta slide through her legs and then go for the back.
You can feel flesh give way before a sudden impact blunts your momentum, your weapon tightly lodged in the bone of her arm.
Welp,
She grins at you from behind her.
that's curtains. I tip my hat to all of you.
Pull it out. We'll try a different angle. No, we can do this. Just keep pushing.
Keep
Not
pushing it
going
is.
If our weapons stuck in her arm.
Keep pushing.
The princess's grin widens as the two of you push against each other, her fiery eyes and masochistic glee practically lighting up the dreary cave.
Yes, you finally get it, don't you?
Not sure what you mean.
Are you really going to make me explain it? Look at how evenly matched we are. Dying and coming back. Clashing against each other over the fate of everything. Forever.
What are you talking about?
Did she just admit out loud that she's gonna end the world if she gets out of here?
Also, yeah, she did.
She most certainly did. I hope you've made a mental note of that, hero. There's no more room for doubt.
No, there is not.
Don't you all get it? The fate of the world doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is this fight.
And look at us. We're both so much stronger than we were last time. Think about how much more we can become. Nothing is better than this.
She's right. Imagine how much further we can push each other. Imagine how strong we can be.
You're both crazy.
I warned you on the stairs, and I'll warn you again. Don't get caught up in emotion. Remember why you're here.
I hate using words. They're so clumsy.
Your balance is suddenly thrown off as the princess pulls you into her knee.
Nope, is that curtains?
It collides with your ribs, and you feel them splinter, cracking like wet wood from the impact. We're fine. But you barely have enough time to notice before the princess follows up and smashes her forehead against yours. Your grip loosens from the impact, the blade still wedged in her arm as you tumble to the cold stone floor. I said we're fine.
Don't think we're fine.
I didn't say you weren't fine. I was just describing what happened. You might not have said as much, but you certainly implied it. It really doesn't matter. The princess glances down at the blade embedded in her arm, and with near total ignorance to pain, slides it out of its sinewy prison.
You forgot this.
She tosses it at your feet.
Oh, wait, she broke her chain. And they're just gone. Were you being metaphorical when you said that nothing exists outside of us? There's more to the world than just this cabin. I saw trees and everything on my way here.
I meant that nothing else matters. It's hard to describe. It's just a feeling. That it's just us. That when we hurt each other, we're alive. And when that happens, everything else is gone. You feel it too, right?
Don't you want to be free, though? Isn't there more to life than just waking up chained in a basement and fighting to the death?
You're walking a thin line, hero.
Is there more to life? When you're not here, I feel empty and alone. When we're not fighting, I feel stuck. Like there's something important I'm supposed to be doing. Like I'm being shoved into a space where I don't fit. But when we fight each other, it's like this wave of feeling. Like everything I break in you and everything you break in me is important. Like we're really, truly communicating.
Life is suffering, and we will feel every inch of it, and we will persevere.
You're both crazy.
Can't say I'm a fan of whatever weird bond those two have. Nor am I. It's dangerous. But maybe you can use it to your advantage.
My thoughts exactly. You psychosexual sadomasochist. That was an entire sentence. Okay. Yeah, I like this one. There's no getting through to you, is there? Fine.
I don't need you to get through to me. I just need you to keep fighting.
Let's go.
You and the princess attack each other once again, each of you dealing a single, terrible, lethal blow.
Oh, my ribs.
Wait, does that mean we're
Probably.
dead? Or rather, about to be dead. As your blade pierces her sternum, the princess buries her fist into the soft meat of your organs.
Ow.
You feel a few horrifically painful pops, a gush of fluid, and
Ugh.
it's over. It's finally over.
Well, maybe next time.
No, it's not. We're just getting started. But it is over. Dead is dead. I know this isn't the happiest ending for you, but you saved the entire world from ruin. There are few better endings than that. Well, are you going to listen to him? Or are you going to listen to me? Get up.
Oh, I guess we've got to get up.
Wait, no, that can't be right. Your eyes bolt open and you push yourself back to your feet. Alive. Ha! I told you. I told you this wasn't over. What about her? The blade went right through her heart.
She looks dead.
What about her? If we're fine, then she's fine. No, she's dead. She has to be. No!
She's alive.
Right. We're all shit out of luck, aren't we?
Quite probably.
I knew it. I told you we should all believe in her. This is perfect.
Also, how are we alive?
The princess rises from the ground, staggering slightly, one hand wrapped around the hilt of the blade still buried in her heart.
She pulls that out, doesn't she just die?
We don't even need to start over anymore, do we? Let's go again.
She pulls the weapon from her chest, barely wincing. and hurls it at your feet.
I don't want to keep doing this.
You know what to do. Again. But she came back. What's the point of fighting her if she can just do that? All of you need to settle down. This whole situation is coming dangerously close to untethering. She clearly never actually died. You just missed her heart, that's all.
There's a gaping hole in her chest, narrator.
We just missed her heart. Oh, of course, that's all. You were the one who said we hit her heart. You were the one who said it was finally over. Well, I guess I had it wrong.
You can have it wrong.
You guess you had it wrong? Aren't you supposed to know everything?
Again, I'm with him.
I never said I knew everything.
You're a very unreliable narrator.
Nothing. It means nothing.
Oh yeah,
I shouldn't
what
say
does
it.
untethering mean?
But you did say it, so it means something. Oh, stop bickering over nothing. Our destiny is right in front of us. Pick up the blade and go to her. Okay, fine. That is what I meant by untethering. Do you hear him rambling on about destiny? He's lost the thread, and if you lose the thread, you won't be able to save the world.
Not sure I like how you're going on.
What's that supposed to mean? I don't have to answer that, and I'm not going to answer that.
You're the one who put us in this situation. You do have to answer that.
Bloody hell not! Because right now, there's still a razor-thin chance that you're able to get your act together. There are patterns of thought out there that beg to be finished, but once you finish them, that's it. They change everything. There's no going back, and if I say anything else, you're going to finish one of those thoughts.
Do you mean those thoughts?
What?
Sweet Mercy. It is Doki Doki Literature Club all over again. This is one of those thoughts. I'm not going to say the princess can't die. I'm not even going to think it.
But you did think it, didn't you? I tried, you know. I tried very hard to make this work. I don't like that resignation. Are you sure we can't just unthink it? Yes, like I said, I'm afraid some thoughts can't be unthought. I'll be back in a moment. I'm going to pour myself a stiff drink. If I'm going to see the end of everything, I'd rather not be sober. So I was right! Why are all of you so glum? This is perfect, isn't it? We get to experience greatness and battle and triumph forever.
We can die, Stubborn.
But I think it was the stubborn one who said, your destiny awaits, right? No, hold on. There has to be another way. What if we just leave her down here? What if we run away? What if we convince her not to end the world?
She's hell-bent on it.
You can't reason with her. Ending the world is her fundamental nature. It's not a decision she can flip on and off. It is her. And what exactly can't we leave her down here?
She broke her chain.
Because all it would do is stall the inevitable. And what's wrong with stalling? Oh, there's plenty wrong with stalling. The end is still the end, and I'd rather face mine head on.
That I can agree with.
Oh, you mopey ass. Why did you even ask us to slay her if it was going to end like this?
It wasn't supposed to end like
Because
this.
it didn't have to end like this. If you don't mind, I'd rather not spend everyone's last moments arguing with you. It's time. Yes, I suppose it is.
Well,
If
time to
you
fight
fight
her.
her forever, then maybe she can't end the world. Maybe everything can still work out.
Potentially.
I guess we'll just have to see how things play out.
Don't you get it? You don't have to shuffle your feet. What comes next is going to last forever.
Join your
With
adversary.
an unbreakable determination, you snatch the blade from the floor and stumble back to your feet. Both you and the princess quake with adrenaline as your eyes lock across the basement floor and share a knowing look. Free from hesitation, you close the distance, both you and the princess aiming to end each other. Your blade digs into her neck, grinding against her vertebrae as her fist connects with your body. The impact forces the air from your lungs, stars dancing in front of your eyes as you fail to keep your bearing. You both collapse to the ground before either of you has a chance to survey the damage.
I can't. I don't have anything to do a falling
Then
sound effect.
we get up.
Get up.
Yes. And then you get up.
That was a good one. More.
The narrator's voice actor is so good. After this, I have to check his name. Slay the princess.
You and the princess exchange dozens of devastating blows. Sometimes you manage to strike first, and sometimes she tears through you before you have a chance to act. But more often than not, each of you fells the other in the same moment.
Dang.
And then you get up and do it again, and again, and again, and again, and again, and again.
Oh, that was so good.
We're
The
all
like
still there. This is all gonna be okay,
the little like taper off that they did. This is such good sound design.
isn't it?
I don't think it is. But he doesn't answer the voice. He's gone.
What are you waiting for? I'm right here. Do you think this is... What is this place?
Did we do this?
I hope not.
Huh. I didn't think we had it in us. But I guess that stuck-up control freak was right. It's the end of the world, isn't it? It's the end of everything. Far from it. We're still here. And she's still here too.
The princess stumbles, and her body slumps.
I feel so... tired.
I never wanted this. We ended the world, didn't we? Everything is gone. Wasn't expecting hands. That's a lot of hands. What are we doing with the hands? That's too many hands. Uncomfortable amount of hands. What's with the hands, everybody? You do not have an opportunity to respond. Something has taken her away, and it's left something else in her stead.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
I think I'm supposed to look at the mirror.
There's something dreadful about it. I don't think you should.
There's nothing else.
Through the mirror, we just need to find the princess.
Silence you. Narrator is gone.
Does that mean the world ended?
Believe so.
The world didn't end. We're still here. Come on. We just need to keep going.
Approach the mirror.
I'm begging you, don't do this.
There's nothing else here. It's the mirror or the void. Which one would you pick? Never scared you before.
It's different now. It feels... I don't know. Final.
You approach the mirror. Gaze into your reflection. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone, but the mirror remains. It's time for you to see what's in it. It's you. You are alone in a place that is empty. It is quiet here. Oh, that's a really cool effect that they do. I don't know how... It's pretty clear, it looks like. They have there's two layers to the background. It's a very simple... It's deceptively simple. 'Cause, like, it's got all these flowing lines, which creates this image of motion, and then they have it set in 2 layers. This is really cool. This is very cool. I'm very excited. You are at the cabin.
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
Are you what sent me to slay the princess? Are you what trapped me here?
I have only just now stirred to consciousness. I could not have trapped you here, and I too yearn to be free.
What are you?
I am solitary lights in an empty city. What are you?
I don't know what I am.
I think that you are like me. We are oceans, reduced to shallow creeks.
Do we know each other?
You are familiar, but you are not me. I feel sadness, longing, hope as I witness you.
A fragile vessel? What do you mean?
Yes, nerves and fibers to feel the worlds beyond, perspectives to make my own. This one yearns to grow and struggle. Even now I feel a will pushing against mine, not realizing that we are one. She will make for a fierce heart. Do not mourn her. We will provide her with the growth she fought for.
Is this the end of the world?
How can the world have ended if we are talking?
What happens now?
Nothing, as we are. But I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them. There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to. Bring me more perspectives, so that I may be whole, and perhaps then we will know our freedom.
How much will I forget?
Everything, until we meet again.
Aren't you scared that I'll find a way to kill you?
I have not lived. I am not afraid to die.
I was sent to slay the princess, to stop her from destroying the world. If I help you, is that what you're going to do?
You ask of things that cannot be done. To destroy is merely to reshape, to remold.
You're being semantic. What are you going to do if I help you?
How can I know? I am flickers in something sprawling and unilluminated.
How many more pieces of you do I have to find?
More than you have found, but less than there are to find. I am infinite. The rest will find their own way home.
And what if I don't let you do this to me?
Then we will be here forever, as we are now. Unfinished, dry, hollow.
Make me forget.
She asks that I tell you to remember her. You won't.
Everything goes dark. And you die.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
This is all very cool. I have to fix something that is bothering me quite a significant amount. For those of you at home, you know what it is. And it's frustrating that this happens. It's frustrating that it happens. It's not. It's just. I just am upset because that was such a cool scene, and I felt so good about the delivery of these lines, and it was great, having so much fun. And then I just like look up and I just see, oh no, he's broken again. I love my avatar. I love my flesh body, but boy, sometimes he breaks, and when that happens, there ain't much that can be done. Yeah, sometimes it just happens. I'm certain in the future, we will be able to circumvent what I shall call the Shandal's body problem. As far as the game goes, though, game's awesome. This is really, really cool. We're gonna go for a little bit longer.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
End of the world? What are you talking
I'm
about?
talking about the end of everything as we know it. No more birds, no more trees, and perhaps most problematically of all, no more people. You have to put an end to her.
Can't someone else do this?
Unfortunately, you're the only one who can pull this off. I don't make the rules. I wish I did, but I don't.
But how can a princess locked away in a basement end the world?
Don't linger on the specifics. You have a job to do here. Just get in there and do what needs to be done. We're all counting on you.
Silently continue to the cabin.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within.
We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them.
Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
He's making a point. But, well, what do I know?
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Okay. I'm ready.
You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous.
It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
Just have to do this.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Okay. Let's go.
Good. You're still listening to reason.
It's not reason. Don't make me think too hard about this.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
Oh? No talking then? Fine. What even makes you think you can kill me? I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it. So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this.
You're right. Let's do this.
You lunge forward without a moment's hesitation. You feel flesh easily give way and look down to see your blade already sinking deep into her heart.
Oh. This is it, isn't it?
I'm sorry.
I'm almost embarrassed. I should have seen that coming. But I have to
Sorry.
wonder,
I'm sorry.
do you
I'm sorry.
actually believe this was enough to kill me?
What?
It's like she's convinced she can't die.
Yes, even as she lays there dying, she entirely believes herself to be alive and well.
Her eyes. They're so... dead.
But it's over, isn't it? She stopped breathing moments ago, that arrogant look still plastered on her face. But is it over? Really over?
Of course it is. She's dead.
Yes, exactly. It's over. With your work done, you make your way back up the stairs, closing the door to the basement behind you. Why do I feel like we've done something terrible?
We had to believe the narrator, right? He's telling the truth.
You did kill someone. Greater good or not, something would be very wrong with you if you didn't feel at least a little bad. But it was for the greater good. One of these days that will sink in and help ease your guilty conscience.
So you say.
But that day isn't today. Let's just get out of here. You open the cabin door, ready to return to a world saved from certain doom.
Only a
What?
world saved from certain doom isn't what you find. Instead, what you find is nothing at all. Where a lush forest stood mere minutes ago, the only thing in front of you now is the vast emptiness of some place far away.
What happened?
I don't know.
Everyone is fine. It's just that you and the cabin are now far away from them. Don't worry.
Oh,
We'll be
something
safe.
just happened.
This is good. Everyone is
Thank you for the
happy.
follow, UC Hope.
You'll be happy.
Currently my what's the thing called? My a little alert widget is very broken. Oh wait, no, I see it. Just the other thing. Yeah, never mind. Things are working. No technical difficulties. Absolutely zero. Yeah, thank you very much for the follow. That caught me fully off guard. I completely forgot that was a thing. I was kind of hoping I'd get to see a better ending for saving the world.
This isn't an ending. In fact, now that the princess has been slain, endings are a thing of the past. No. This is the beginning of eternity. Your reward. This is what's best for everyone, Trust me.
Been trusting you.
Time passes. You can't be sure if it's days, or months, or years, or even decades. It's all a wonderful, boring blur. You've never been happier. Psst. Hey. We're not just going to stay here forever, right?
I don't know. Do you have any idea how to get us out of here?
I do, but you're probably not going to like it.
Do you mean?
The blade. We can use the blade to get out of this.
What?
I can hear everything you say, little voice. There's only one thing it would want you to use that blade on, and I'm afraid that thing is you, dear hero. He's right. It's the only way out.
It's quite the jump.
Do you hear that? It wants to take this happiness away from you. It wants this wonderful place to end. Do you not? There's more for us to do, and the only way for us to do it is to take that blade and use it. Don't you dare.
Wouldn't using the blade, you know, kill us? Wouldn't we be dead?
How astute. You are absolutely correct. Using the blade to kill yourself would kill you, and you shouldn't do it.
It's what I've been taught.
In a sense, we die, but looking at things from another angle, are we even really alive anymore? This place, it's nothing. It's absolutely nothing. It's just the same thing, constantly, forever. I know this is out there, but trust me, I know using the blade will work.
How? How do you know?
That little voice didn't want you to slay the princess. It didn't want you to be happy.
You'd better be right about this. I'd be pretty upset if we die.
If we die, you can yell at me all you want.
Be sure to do that.
I made this happy little place for you. Is this not a good enough reward for saving the world? An eternity of bliss? You ingrate.
This isn't an eternity of bliss, it's an eternity of nothing.
Fine. Whatever. For the first time since time stopped meaning anything, you throw open the door to the basement and walk down the stairs.
You're being very huffy.
The princess's body is dust and bones, though the blade you used to slay her is still as pristine as the day you first held it. You pick up the blade, you stab yourself, and you die.
There goes nothing.
The end. Nice knowing you. You're on a path.
What's going on?
And at the end of that path is a cabin.
What?
And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
I guess it worked.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Getting a terrible sense of deja vu.
A terrible sense of deja vu? No, you don't have that. This is the first time either of us have been here.
What do you mean?
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. That's fine. It wasn't very hard to kill her last time. We'll just do it again. Well, if for whatever reason you're going to insist that this has happened before, at least your heart's in the right place.
Proceed to the cabin, I suppose.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. She won't be a problem. The interior of the cabin is cold, a soft odor of dirt permeating the air. Cobwebs flutter in the corners. You can hear wind whistling outside, banging the shutters against the windows. The only furniture of note is an elegant antique table with a pristine blade perched on the edge.
This is not where we were before.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. It feels like no one's been here for a long, long time. Like I've been saying, she's dead. We killed her already.
Didn't say anything about the mirror.
Because there isn't a mirror. There's a table, the blade sitting on the table, and the door to the basement. There's nothing else in here.
What do you mean?
There's definitely a mirror. There isn't. Who cares if there's a mirror? Let's just go into the basement and find her body so we can be done with this.
Approach the mirror.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. This really isn't funny.
Wipe it clean.
You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now.
What's going on?
But it was there a second ago. And now it's gone. Let's not spend much longer worrying over it. Clearly it's not even important enough to be acknowledged.
Not certain I agree with you. Enter the basement. Not taking that blade down with me.
The door to the basement groans open, revealing an old banister and a creaky wooden stairwell. Everything is coated in a thick layer of dust, and you can feel it settle into your lungs as you breathe in the stale air. The very building itself feels dead. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor.
Would say that, wouldn't you?
The room below is silent. Nobody's here. Naturally. As much as I appreciate the optimism, you shouldn't be so sure. I guess we'll just have to go down and see. As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view. A skeletal body, lying in a heap on the floor, its wrist still bound to the wall by a thick chain.
What is this?
Okay, she's definitely dead.
But this isn't where we killed her.
It's just like I told you. Before you have a chance to finish your thought, the top of a head appears from beneath the floor. Two deep-set eyes stare up at you, followed by a mischievous, skeletal grin. And finally, the rest of the body floats up to join the head. Wait, this isn't right. What's going on here?
I believe, dear narrator, this is what you would call a ghost.
Ghost?
Oh, calm down.
Oh. Wow. How absolutely terrifying. What's a ghost supposed to do to us?
Well, maybe you should feel something.
Oh, it's you. Hiya, Keller. I was hoping to see you again. I have some issues with how our last meeting went.
I can imagine. I do as well.
The princess drifts across the room into your orbit, gently running her fingers across your shoulders and down your neck as she circles you. Her touch is cold and ethereal, formless yet real enough that her icy fingertips send shivers dancing across your skin. So she has a body, and she's right there. We could probably grab her and kill her again, if we wanted to. We don't even need a blade. She looks fragile enough to me.
I'll take that under advisement, I suppose.
I see you don't have that annoying knife anymore. So, does that mean you regret what you've done? Are you here to apologize and make nice? Beg for absolution, maybe? Because I might be interested in seeing a little begging.
Do you know why you came back?
How should I know? Why does anyone come back? Maybe I have unfinished business with you. Or maybe you have unfinished business with me. All I know is there's a hole in my chest. Not the big obvious one that you put there. There's something older and deeper.
Oh,
A nagging reminder that I'm not where I'm supposed to be.
really? Hmm. Oh, I guess I should tell you why I was sent to kill you. There's so many potential options, and I really would like to see them all. I have to scroll so far. Hmm. So many potential lines. And where are you supposed to be?
Home.
Oh,
And just where is home, I wonder?
I don't know where home is. I just know it isn't here. But I can feel it calling to me from someplace far away. Wherever I'm supposed to be, it's out there.
How specific.
you don't need to speak cold.
And how convenient for her. You see what she's doing, right? She's suggesting that the only way you can rid yourself of her would be to let her out, which, in case you haven't been listening, will spell the end of the entire world.
That's not what she said. She simply said she has a home. Is there any way I can help you get home? Actually, this is what we're going with. I'm sorry I killed you last time. I shouldn't have done that.
Too little, too late. But you can still make things right.
She's not in a position to bargain with us. You don't have to do anything you don't want to.
Oh well.
We don't have to do anything, but maybe we should. We did kill her. Wouldn't it be the moral thing to help her now that we have another chance? When a hero slays a monster, does he apologize to it?
We didn't slay a monster. We slayed a person.
No. So don't try to make things right. She was going to end the world. You didn't do anything wrong, aside from apparently killing yourself, and that doesn't have much to do with her.
Is there any way I can help you get home? You need me to bury those bones.
No, those bones are just a body. They aren't me. Bury them. Smash them. It won't do a thing. But you can help me. This place won't let me leave. At least, I'm not alone. I've tried. Before you came back to me, I explored every inch of this place, even the spaces between the walls. But I never found a way out. I always wound up right back here.
Maybe we should just leave. If she can't get out on her own, then why do we have to do anything? We could probably walk out right now and everything would be fine.
We don't know that letting her out would destroy the world. We just know that killing her traps us in a void.
Hasn't got out and can't get out are two very different things.
Stop talking.
It'd be dull anyway. It's more interesting if we make a choice.
But you can come and go as you please, can't you? So, let me hitch a ride. After all, own me.
Absolutely not. Is she asking if she can possess us? She is. And I hope I don't need to explain why you can't let that happen. It would be catastrophic if she managed to escape this place. And if you let her in, there is very little anyone could do to stop her. Would she be able to see us if we went along with it?
Now, isn't that an interesting thought? We could finally bring her face to face with him. I wonder what she would have to say to the one who wants her dead so badly.
That is an interesting thought.
You won't like how things play out if you go down this path.
What if I say no?
Then I won't hit your rod.
Before we agree to anything, we need to talk about what happens after you leave to this place. I was told you'd end the world.
And what? You just believed that? You killed me without giving it any thought? That's cold.
That's rich coming from her. Every time she touches us, it's like we freeze over.
She's right, though, but that's neither here nor there. What's done is done. What we do from this point forward is all that matters. Let's try not to let emotion get the better of it.
See, that's a little, dramatic. Anyway, you didn't answer my question. Do you want to end the world?
The only thing I've ever wanted was to leave this place. It's still the only thing I want.
Well, You still didn't answer my question. Even if you don't want to end it, does letting you out of here mean the world is going to end?
It does. We're not asking you. We've heard your whole speech already.
I really don't know. I'm not lying to you. I promise. The world doesn't matter. All I remember is that I'm supposed to be there, not here. I'm just supposed to be a part of it. It's home, I think. But what does it mean for anything to end? I ended, but I also didn't. I'm not so sure endings are real.
What an interesting moral query. Or, I suppose, philosophical. What are you going to do if I help you get out of here?
I don't know. Maybe I'll just fade away. Finally able to rest once I'm free from my unfinished business. Maybe I'll find someone to haunt. Maybe I'll haunt you. It's a tough question, asking someone what she's going to do with her life.
The princess leans in close and pauses, the frigid air between you stale and unmoving.
Especially when that someone is dead.
She pulls back with a playful giggle.
It's less scary the second time, but still a little...
I don't think most living people could answer that, either. Does anyone actually know who they are or what they want?
Okay, team, I'm out of ideas. Thoughts?
We could always try violence. It's worked for us so far.
You're not helpful?
She's a ghost.
Who says ghosts are immune to violence?
Common sense?
There's nothing common or sensible about common sense. Action and observation are the only things that matter.
Suppose.
Fine, then let me observe that the acts of killing her and killing ourselves haven't got us much of anywhere. We're still back in this cabin, we're still dealing with her, only now she has a good reason to hate us.
I suppose you have a point. Do you have any ideas then?
I don't know. Maybe we do what she wants. Maybe we let her possess us and walk out of here.
We could. It would be something different. I like different.
It would be different.
Absolutely not. If you walk her out of here, she's going to end the world.
You? Shush.
And is that really so bad?
Yes, it is by its very definition bad.
But those are the only options, aren't they? Violence or doing what she wants. Or just leaving her down here. Though ignoring a problem is rarely a solution, is it?
Well. Sure, let's go with it. Alright, I've given it thought. Let's get you out of here.
The princess swims through the air in front of you, pausing for a brief moment as her dark-rimmed eyes stare deeply into yours. There's a hunger in her gaze.
You're really trying to make it up to me, aren't you? Thanks for being a pal, killer. I mean it.
Just don't, eat my soul, I suppose.
What are you doing? Don't just let her in. How many times do I have to tell you?
See you soon.
Oh dear.
She rushes forward and then she's gone. A sharp chill spreads across your body. It starts in your chest, a freezing numbness flowing out from your heart, all the way down your limbs, your mind growing cloudy and confused as it settles over your very soul.
Old.
I'm not sure I like this. Can we get a do-over? I'm afraid it's too late to stop now. The numbness gives way to a stabbing pain, your muscles twitching and convulsing violently, each involuntary movement causing more waves of agony to ripple across your body. You collapse to the floor, and everything goes dark.
Come on, you. You've got to get up. I know everything feels heavy right now, but we still have to get out of here.
Your eyes flick back open as you get your bearings, your vision swimming as...
So this is what it's like to be you, huh? Disembodied voice narrating your every move?
Somewhat.
So, it doesn't work like that for you?
Clearly it doesn't, or she wouldn't have commented on it.
All these shards of broken glass on the floor. Are they also supposed to be you?
What?
Hey, I'm not a shard of broken glass.
It's okay. You can finish your thought.
I'm a voice? I'm me is what I am.
Who cares what we are? We exist. That's all that matters.
Broken glass.
You don't have to fight. We'll all be out of here soon.
No, it matters. What we are matters. If I'm a shard of broken glass, then that raises some questions about certain other voices in here too.
I'm clearly the same thing you are.
Are you?
They're not listening to me. Do they not listen to you either?
No.
No, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about him. You don't need to know what I am. You just need to know that I'm different from you. More important.
What is that supposed to mean?
So, you're the one who pulled the strings and made me dead. I can tell you don't belong here. You're barely even there. Like the shape of something left behind. You're more of a memory than a person.
That's rude.
You're kind of like me, actually.
I'm just going to ignore her. You push yourself off the ground. The princess is nowhere to be seen.
Obviously she's nowhere to be seen.
Fair.
Because I'm in here with all of you. Everybody knows that.
Is this true?
I'm setting the stage. The room is empty. The because you made a spiteful, idiotic, and all-round foolish decision.
You don't have to let him get to you. You're better than that. You're starting to make things right.
This is infuriating. Just whatever you do, you can't leave this place. It's not too late to fix this. Probably.
We're not listening to you if you haven't gathered that much. Leave the basement.
Your legs, weary with the weight of the princess's spectral form and clumsy with the cold that still pervades them, stumble towards the stairs.
I'm just trying to get home. You don't have to act like it's the end of the world.
But that's exactly what you leaving this place is going to be.
You don't know that.
I do. Wait, if she has a home to go back to, doesn't that mean that her leaving won't end the world?
It doesn't mean that at all. It could mean that wherever her home is, it's outside of the world.
Yeah, but it has to be somewhere, doesn't it? And if it's somewhere, then it's part of the world.
Does it have to be somewhere?
I suppose it's all a matter of perspective. Where does the world end and something else begin? Does the destruction of one open a door to another? Or is it the same world reborn?
There's so much noise going on.
Against the backdrop of the inane conjecture of meaningless little voices, your body continues its ascent up the stairs, staggering through the open door.
For how much you hate her, you aren't doing a whole lot to stop us from leaving this place.
It's got a point.
Maybe the bossy one doesn't actually hate me. Maybe he even likes me. Or maybe he just knows that he's been in the wrong. Maybe he's trying to make amends too.
Not at all. I'll have you know that I do hate you, and I will continue to hate you for as long as I am able.
That's a little extreme.
It's just the weight of it all. It's too much for me to do anything other than describe and dictate.
And whine.
This body wasn't made to hold you and the princess. If you want to renege on your cataclysmically terrible decision a minute ago, well, you're the only one that can make that happen.
Trudge forward.
You continue slowly to the door, your feet like lead dragging across the floorboards, growing heavier with each step.
We're so close. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If we get out of here, I won't even care that you murdered me anymore.
I appreciate the forgiveness, I suppose.
You lift your shaking hand and rest it on the door handle, but you pause before you open it, exhaustion sapping what's left of your will.
What's happening?
Was exhaustion really the best you could muster up? It's over. There's no use stalling. Let's see what happens next.
The door.
Shit. But exhaustion wasn't enough, was it? The handle clicks as you twist it, and then the door groans open. You collapse to the ground, you and the princess, free from the confines of the cabin. As you exhale from the effort, you look up and see... yes?
Nothing. He's gone, and so is everything else.
Whoa, what just happened? Oh. Thank you for the gifted sub, anonymous. Shoot. Another thing I wasn't expecting to happen. Thank you so much.
So we did slay him after all. He had it coming, I suppose.
What's going on?
But what about us? Are we just stuck here in nowhere forever? Did taking her out of the cabin really end the world?
It's the same as what happened before.
We're still here.
Yeah, but that thing you said earlier, are we not part of the world anymore? Are we in some world that exists after the world ends, or on top of the other world but not in it, or have we never been part of it?
You're all being so very loud. What does that
Okay,
sound?
I've heard enough from these two. Let's see if I can pop out.
You feel a lightness in your chest as a pair of sunken eyes emerge from your body and stare up at you.
Anna, you actually freed me, didn't you? I'm outside. Thanks for giving me a second chance, killer.
Don't mention it.
Sorry again.
I think this was where I'm meant to be.
Whoa, hands! Hands! What's going on with the hands? You don't get the chance to respond, nor will you ever. It's time to leave. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her?
No.
And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
It's a lot to explain. It's going to be okay. Just trust me. We've been here before. And you always get scared.
But it feels so bad. Like looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything.
It's okay.
You don't need to comfort him.
It's not the end. Whatever's on the other side is going to be nice.
Okay. If you say so. We'll trust you. Whatever makes you happy.
Let's go. You approach the mirror. Silence as you reach forward. They are gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave. But you need to see what's in it. You've grown. Have we? I actually don't know that I can tell. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. Proceeding to the cabin. You are at the cabin.
Flickering lights in empty cityscapes become pockets of vitality and movement. I am more than I was before. Whenever you are ready, I will wipe your slate clean once again.
Oh, it's cool. They like drew her transparent almost. That's neat. Are you the same as you were before? How much has changed?
Is a child the same as an infant? I am an unbroken pattern, but every vessel gives fresh perspectives and carves new avenues of expression. I am different, but I am the same.
What does it feel like to change like this?
Eyes close in reflection. Perspectives meld together, and the breadth of my experience stretches to new corners. There are contradictions, conflicts in my nature, and there are familiarities that bind everything together. It feels correct. This is what I need to be. This is the only path forward.
When this is all done, do you know what you want to do?
With every gift you bring me, I excavate the alleys of what I am meant to be, and every exploration yields new and complicated truths. What I will be is different than what I am, and what I am is different from what I was. I cannot tell you what desires I will hold when I have changed. But in this moment, all I want is to know myself and to know you.
When I go back, it's as if an invisible wall closes around me. Why can I not do the same things I've done before?
Those paths lead to worlds you've already seen, and to perspectives I have already made my own. They are useless to us now, inaccessible. The only paths of value are those that are yet untread.
That's actually cool, because I did not notice that. But actually we just haven't run up against that. Do you have any thoughts on this vessel?
This one is vaporous. She is a dream for a life she could never have. But that longing has given her so much capacity for kindness. She will make for an understanding heart. Do not mourn her. She will finally be able to hold what she never knew.
What do you feel about me? These vessels I've been bringing you. I've hurt them.
The vessels are shaped by memories of you, but their impulses are drawn to the edge of the long quiet. To them, you are a gate to something more, and any hurt you've caused them is understood as a fair price for freedom. But they are only thoughts and perspectives. They are not me. The wounds they've suffered carve texture around my heart. Without them, I would be as I was before. I would be alone and without sensation. I could not feel the joy of having you by my side, for I would not know your absence.
You've been kinder to me than anyone else I've met. Why?
Why wouldn't I be kind to you? You are the only thing I know that isn't me.
What do you want me to bring you next time?
Gifts aren't what someone tells you to bring them.
Suppose you're right.
My joy is in seeing what you choose. There are no wrong answers, and every perspective illuminates my shadows and shares new secrets.
So you don't have any preferences on how you'd like to change?
My preference is for you to show me what you would like me to see. I cannot know the ways I wish to grow, for I have yet to feel them. It is you who guides me down the thin trail of perspective and memory.
How many more vessels do you need?
If I am to be an ocean, you have nurtured me into a pond. My waters are shallow and murky, and I yearn for more perspective. You will have your rest in due time, and I am sorry for the burdens I place on you.
I'm ready.
I will long for your return, but it will give me time to reflect on what I am.
Till we meet again.
We will meet again.
Everything goes dark. You die. And that, ladies and gentlemen, as unsatisfying and cliffhangery as that is where we will hit the brakes for today. This game is so much better than I thought it was going to be. Switch things up real quick. There we go. Ooh, I'm so big. So large. Yeah, let me get in. Yeah, I'm truthfully so shocked at how I'm gonna close that because it's bothering me. Like how well written this is. I know pretty much every visual novel, deep horror psychological thing game we've been playing. There's been a string of those. I know that I keep saying it's rare for me to encounter something that like impresses me this much. I promise it is. I promise that most of the time I don't get to see things that are quite this cool. Like I'm so excited to play more of this. I think We'll stick with Slay the Princess for the time being. So next stream, whenever that ends up being, we'll just do more of that. My plan currently is to stream once next week. I'm not exactly sure when that will be. I will do my best to keep you all updated as to like when that may or may not happen. Next week, things are gonna be different. Week after that, so not next week, but the week after next, we will hopefully, if everything goes well, be starting up with Tuesday morning. What we'll do is we will leave Slay the Princess for Friday. So we'll keep Slay the Princess on ice until sometime next week, and then the Friday of the following week, and then Tuesday morning, Tuesday noonish, we'll do something else. The reason for that is just I know it's different crowds for the different times, so I don't want to kind of like force people to have to do like keep terrible schedules to keep up with whatever I'm doing. And of course, my mind may change on this depending on how impatient I am to play the game, because at the end of the day, I'm the one playing the game. But yeah, thank you all so very much for you'll still be here. Thank you so much, Usagi. But yeah, thank you all very much for showing up. Thank you to UC Hope for the follow. Thank you to whoever the anonymous sub gifter was. I super appreciate that. Yeah, things I was not expecting to happen today. Just stuff has happened. Yeah, super thank you for all of the support and just being here. You have made my I guess my return to streaming status so awesome. I'm very excited to be back. Very excited to see what the future holds. And maybe one of these days we will have a stream where something doesn't break. We're going on a pretty solid streak on that, but I think we can break it. I'm confident. But yeah. I forget that I'm supposed to like say, oh, I have social media and stuff. My social media is all under the same name, Chandelarian. I've been very blessed to pretty much just be the only person who uses that. I'm on Twitter. I've got an Instagram, and I've got a YouTube channel, and that's about it. That's all. And I'm going to hold on. Let me crank this up real quick, just so that there's something in the background. Wow, actually, I hate that. No. Ew. I don't like that outro. I don't have music. Which is unfortunate. My brain is completely on the Slay the Princess music. But yeah. Don't have any music. That's unfortunate. But yeah. Thank you all for coming. Thank you also so much for the support and just listening to me have so much fun voice acting and just kind of playing around with this. I hope to see you all next week. For whatever time we have. Till then, have a great rest of your night, day, or whatever time it is, wherever you are, and I shall see you whenever. Bye.